There you go. Okay, T. You ready for this? Yeah, you probably didn't hear that. But I tried. Alright, this is my YouTube video for tomorrow. So say, hello, YouTube. Or don't. I was first. It's this rack. And I played Avowed for 34. Now, there are extensions to this word. What extensions are there, you might ask? Pattern. Is that not how it works? Yeah. Reavowed and unavowed. So, if you wanted to take fewer points, just to prevent those extensions, I get it. But then we wouldn't have an 1,000-point scoring game. Whoops. So uneasier was a response by Wally. And this is a very funny position. Let me alphabetize that properly. This is a really funny position. Because I saw my bingo through this O. There's, I think, only one double. But then I also saw another double that I knew wasn't a word. And so, why do I bring this up? Well, as recently as I don't even know when, but a few months ago, I think, I was playing Jackson Smiley, and he phoned me with this word, Oriology. And I let him have it. It was a really, really dumb mistake. More by me than by him, because I was the one that let the phony go. I mean, what is Oriology? The study of Oreos? Like, why would I let that word go? So, remembering this made me, like, thirsty for blood. And how I managed that thirst is it wasn't just playing my valid double, which I could have or should have just played pretty quickly. Instead, I wanted Wallace to challenge me. I wanted to win a turn. So what did I do? I did something that's, I don't know. You tell me in the chat if you think what I did was okay or not. I put this down with pretty much no intention of playing it. Circled a Y. Looked at it. Shook my head. Took the play back. And then laid down Horologe for 82. Now, you can file an incident report to NASPA if you'd like about what I did. But I did it, and he didn't challenge at all. Like he didn't even hold. He just was like, yeah, that's a word. And I felt like not only an idiot for wasting my time, just wasting however long it was, like a minute of my time thinking of executing this plan and executing it, and then just failing. And I also felt evil for even thinking that this would work and trying to make it happen. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't think you're supposed to angle shoot like that. I don't know if it's against the rules or not, but it shouldn't be if it is. However, should I have to say Jadou? um, so I was trying to accomplish Wallace sensing that I was unsure of something, and that makes him more likely to hold or challenge my word. If he senses that I'm unsure and he was already unsure, it's more likely that he's going to challenge because he thinks that I am not sure, basically. If someone thinks I'm sure of a word, they're very unlikely to challenge. I should have just played Oriology, but he probably would have challenged that because I mean look, Wallace Schultz is a really good Scrabble player. He knows a ton of words, and it wasn't because I was playing Wallace Schultz that I did this. I would have done this against probably anybody in the field to try to accomplish that goal. So it wasn't like trying to pick on him specifically. It was just who happened to be my opponent. But like, I don't know. I feel like the fact that it didn't work, if it would have worked, maybe there's something to be said. But the fact that it didn't work and I just wasted my time, that's on me, right? I don't know. I feel like it's fine. But yeah, I would be vindicated. But if he does, then I would be so much not vindicated, right, Bootcat? I'd just be so upset. It's like, oh, this guy challenged Oriology and I didn't. Great. I suck. And actually, something very similar happened, and I don't want to spoil my Scrabble Players Championship games, but I had gotten away with a phony. Thank you for following. Created to create. I had gotten away with a phony word against a like 2000 rated clubmate once. And I tried that same phony word on purpose against an 1800 rated player at the Scrabble Players Championship, and he didn't have it. He challenged, and I was like, well, I don't know why I thought that if a 2000 rated player accepts a word, then an 1800 rated player would accept it. I mean, I guess that's sort of logical, but really stupid. Why did I do this sort of thing? But yeah, I wanted to challenge a word and be wrong, but he didn't. And actually what ended up happening, which also might have guided him a little bit. Like sometimes people don't hold and especially don't challenge words because they have playable bingo that they don't want to lose the spot for. Like it's a very common reason to not go with your potential skepticism on a play. If you have a good play, it's very hard for a human player to challenge because you have a good play and you can just play that play. So Wallace played economy, which is not the best play here. He missed the anagram of monoacy. So I don't know if I recognize that immediately. But this is actually a pretty big mistake. Not only for the 9 points, but also because um, of the spot this gives back on the H column. So I don't remember again if I noticed this um, immediately, but had I noticed this, I probably would have been vindicated, as Bootcat is using the word. Um, because yeah, it made my next play like feel good, even though my next play was bad. So I have this rack and I have bingos and I see like tapenade, I see um patinaed. What else did I see? Yeah. Yeah, that's all I saw. So I saw patinaed and tapenade. And I was like, okay, but I have Pete here, and Pete scores 43 points, keeping the blank. And I thought about the differences between the values of the plays. And I estimated that um the blank was worth, or the AD blank leave was worth at least 25 points. And then here's the problem. I went like, okay, 43 plus 25 is 78. In my head, I'm like, okay, so this is better than the bingos, because the bingos score 70. I was going to play patina because tapenade is too dangerous. Leave the S hook out there. But my calculation was that Pete had to be better because 43 plus 25 is 78. So, yeah. That's a problem. Pre-adapt actually, or readapt might be the best play here. No, I do want to take care of, yeah. So I think I want to play patina if I'm bingoing. However, look, on valuation right now, it seems that AD blank is worth around 30. And so that doesn't make up, that makes up for the 27-point sacrifice. But my calculation was so stupid. And I think I realized at some point in the game how stupid of a mistake I just made in my head. But it's still possible that my play was fine. But looking back, I probably would have bingoed. I don't know. The issue with bingoing in this spot is, so I'm going up by 53 points. And that could all just disappear. That could disappear in one turn. He could bingo again. He could make a huge play like Axion, Axial, Koof, some big play here, and I could draw poorly and my lead could be gone like immediately. So that is an issue with bingoing, but my lead could be gone in 2 turns as well because of how, look at opponent's average score, 40 points. Opponent turn 2, average score, over 40 points. So if opponent is averaging 40 points, so if he plays 80 points or 90 points in 2 turns, and I draw up a poor rack, which I am very possible that I draw too many I's, too many U's, like there's some problems here. I'm not going to be in control. So not only does keeping the blank work because I can eventually bingo and I'm taking the lead, but it also works as a control thing of trying to control my own destiny. Because without a blank, I might never draw any bingo tiles. Like, I might never draw into a bingo rack. But with the blank, the chances of that ever happening are so tiny, so minuscule, that it's a very good reason to keep it in this position. So anyways, I played Pete. It might be the best play. I guess I still like it, but it's like it was such a bad reason to have played it. And that's really all that matters, right? Like I could make the right plays for all the wrong reasons in one game and then play another game where I make all those same decisions that are based on bad falsehoods and just get completely demolished for it. And that's going to happen more often than it doesn't happen. But sometimes in Scrabble, you are rewarded for dumb luck or for mistakes. So it's okay to make the right play for the right reasons, but it's not okay to make the right play for the wrong reasons in the long run. So even though this might be right, I don't consider it to be the right play because I screwed up my calculation. Anyways, Wally plays QI for 31. And I draw the X, very lucky. And I get to play Wax. I could play XI, keep the better leave. I could play Lax here and Nix here. Definitely think I should not play Axe. I don't know, maybe I should. Maybe it's gonna like Axe because it considers that I'm a lot closer to a bingo than Wally. And so creating this lane is more a benefit to me than to him. Yeah, I think Wax is fine. Wally plays okay. And I made a weird play here. I drew 2 consonants, which is bound to happen with the play I made. Which is why I sort of hesitated to make it. I might have preferred to play off another consonant. But yeah, now I'm in this weird position where I don't quite have a play here. And where I could play something like Vow if I want. Problem with Vow is it creates actually a bingo lane that's, if you have an A, it's actually likely to be in the beginning or near the beginning of the word, like second or third position. So playing Vow here is not really great if I don't have an A, because I'm now in pretty good control of the game. I'm ahead by only 18, but the scoring spots are pretty much disappeared. There's still the reavowed, unavowed spot. But yeah, the scoring spots have pretty much disappeared, and I have the last blank. So I'm feeling pretty good. Maybe I should have played Vow. But yeah, any play here seems to like do things to the board that might not be great. But I made an even worse decision, I think, than Vows, and I played Wived. Is that even here? Yeah. And I played Wived to try and bingo next turn, pretty much. That's the only reason I played Wived. I could play Wind or Wild. I was considering those moves as well. I could just drop the W if I want. That probably bingoes a decent amount. Yeah, I played Wived because I decided that if I was to bingo on the C column before Wally, the game would pretty much be over. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of hated it after I made the play. Did you guys see that? I just took a sip of my tea, but like drank the string of the tea bag. Yeah, something like Vow now looks like it looks ugly to give this back, but it probably bingos the most. I don't know. I just wanted there to be something better in the position than Vow, I think. Or maybe I didn't want to play the same sort of word twice. But yeah, Wold is good. Thing about Wold is, yes, I am allowing for this part of the board to be played on. Like, I'm opening these bingo lanes with the vowel start, but they're really bad, and they give me so much. And there's already, like, hooking horologe. By the way, horologer is a word, or horologer. Horologer? Horologer? I'll just stop now. But yeah, Wold maybe. If I don't want to play Vow, I should probably just play Wold. And give up this spot. Yeah, this is very questionable. Hey, it's Ihasa. How's it going? All right. Here. Wally played Cat. I think he said he had another T. I don't remember why I know that he has another T, but he has another T. And I drew extremely well. I played Lettins. Rather play that than Talented, which I saw because where are all these? Oh wow. I didn't see any of these. Yeah, I'd rather not open these floaters. And I want to take away the swipe took now. And here Wally played setouts. And my earlier attempts at psyching my opponent out and trying to psychologically dominate the game disappear. Horologe? Are you sure? He plays setouts, and I just hold, and I don't recognize this word at all. I know about let outs, get outs, but setouts, I know outsets is a word. Setouts could be a word. This would be a really bad challenge to make, unless I'm really sure, and I challenged. So my whole spiel for the entire game was just totally ruined by making this challenge. Completely ridiculous. This is the worst position to challenge in. Because if I don't challenge, I'm in commanding position. But if I do challenge, I'm not. He's just opened a huge spot. He's going down by 27 points. So if I take that spot out, I'll be up 50 plus. But he could just have that spot. Now I did have a good rack. I did have the Z. I didn't have the J, but I had the Z. So a lot of the biggest plays are not possible. And I have a lot of plays that I can make myself to stay in the game. But this is so, so bad. Unless you're 100% sure in this position, it's such a bad challenge. I just didn't... I'd studied all the words and I didn't think it was a word. But it was. And Wally has destroyed me psychologically. Luckily, he doesn't have the J. He plays Hora. Now he's up by 6 for absolutely no reason. I play lazy. Seems right. He plays high. 28. Sure. WTF2 will chime in shortly. I drew this. I probably should have played Gramps. Oh, he didn't play high here. Okay, hold on a sec. Is there another spot for HI? Ah, he played it here. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, he didn't open that. But yeah, here I didn't know what to do. Okay, I remember this position now. I played Gimp, setting up my case S, and also potentially setting up scoring plays for my A, which there's only one other A left. But I don't actually know if I should have done that. I think what I was thinking might be better. What was I thinking at the time? Like Magi or... Yeah, this maybe not. I don't know. I was thinking maybe Mag or something might be better. Like, I thought there are possible options that gave me more bingos through this A. So yeah, I wasn't really sure of this play at all because it does accomplish good things. Like I said, sets up my S, which is really nice. I don't really want to keep an I because there's so many other I's unseen. But at the same time, I don't want to keep an A because it reduces my chances of bingoing through an A. I don't think I saw impair. Maybe I did see impair. Maybe that's what I was thinking I should do instead. I don't remember if I saw impair. That's a nice play. But yeah, the value of GIMP might not be fully appreciated by Quackle because according to Quackle, according to its simulation, its Monte Carlo simulation, and I've explained this before, if it predicts that I have a play that goes with GIMPs, hey, what's up, yo, bro? If Quackle predicts that I draw into a high scoring play with GIMPs, and it's my best play for points and for leave, it's assuming I'm making that play 100% of the time. However, if Wally were to make an opening play, like maybe in this area of the board, after GIMP, that I want to address, and I still have this high-scoring S play, I'm not going to make the high-scoring S play. I'm going to address the threat that was just created. So in that context, I'm losing a lot of value off of my play according to the simulation because I'm not addressing the threat. And not only that, Quackle assumes that it's if Wally makes any such play here that I can assume like sets up another letter of his. Quackle doesn't even know that it's doing that. So there are a lot of issues with using Monte Carlo in Scrabble because you can't simulate atop a simulation. It can see like one move forward what my options are, but it doesn't know how to weigh those options properly because that would require another simulation. And yeah, so taking it with a grain of salt, I still think impair is probably a good play. It scores pretty well. Do I bingo more after impair? No, because... Oh, I do. Yeah, I bingo more because I'm keeping... That's insane, right? I'm keeping a G, but because the I's and the N's are plentiful, and because a lot of my bingos are going to play through this A, I bingo more after impair than I bingo after GIMP, which retains ARS, which is normally so much better of a leave than GS. Yeah. So anyways, what I'm talking about with setting up the S hook is that, of course, I want to use this S hook. That's one of the points of making this play, but I don't need to use it instantly. I don't need to use it whenever the opportunity arises because I still have a player who I'm facing who I need to play against. And if he makes a play that opens something I want to address, I'm going to address that because I have my S for the rest of the game. So this is what we call recursion. It is a very strong factor in decision making that the best Scrabble engines are still unable to properly understand. So I played GIMP. I'm not sure if it's the right play, but I think it is. So Wally plays Zin for 12, and like I said, sometimes it has the right letters. You need to be aware of that. And here I drew into a bingo of bar butts. It doesn't play anywhere. So I played Babu, not here, of course. That opens something massive. And look how close in valuation these two plays are. But even if Burbs had a higher valuation than Babu, which it might if my leave was AN. Let's see. See if I had this rack. Oh, it'd have unavowed. Okay, never mind. Point taken. But yeah, even if Burbs had a higher valuation than Babu, I probably wouldn't make the play because I can draw the J, I can draw the G's, the F. Like I can draw all these scoring tiles to hit the spot even harder, potentially. Although now I am setting up a way to block it. Especially if Wally has like FO type plays. Fagan OB, font, like, what could he have? Like Ford. So it's possible that Babu isn't necessarily right because of that. Anyways, I'm trying to bingo now. I'm trying to bingo through this A. And here Wally plays Rib. So this is the sort of threat I was talking about. He's now set up a D hook of Drib, and I'd want to address it in most scenarios because I'm up 54. If I can address his threat and maintain my lead, I'm probably winning the game. But I drew extremely well, and I played Arsenite, and Wally held this word for a significant period of time. And I wanted so badly for him to challenge this, because at least then we would be even in terms of challenge record in this game. But no, he let it go. It's obviously a word. It's high prob. He plays unavowed, emptying the bag. I actually draw the D. I draw both Ds, actually. Which he was trying to set up. And I think I make my best play in the end game. Ejido. No, are you serious? I know why this is better. Unbelievable. That's so annoying. The reason gel is better. Yeah. It's because I'm blocking his play that he made of gaff, which honestly, like if I play gel, I'm keeping Dido on my rack, and he actually can't do anything about it, I guess. He can't do anything great. He plays Grift. GIF. Why, is there another spot for this? Where's the other spot for Dido? What if he plays Grift? Oh, it's there. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. I didn't see that. Okay. So yeah, that's a pretty awesome play. Leaves Dido here and Dido and Drib. You can't block both. That's an endgame mistake. Constant reminder that I'm not Nigel Richards. Itsihasa, yes, of course. 5 head. Okay. And that was the 998 point game. Me versus Wally. Hope you enjoyed. This was round 14 of 23. Very good game other than this challenge. Everything else was fine. But this challenge was one of the low points in my tournament of Albany. I just felt like after the challenge, like I couldn't do anything right. I felt like no matter how hard I tried, I would screw something up in a game. And perfection was not reached. But at least we almost scored 1,000 points. And yeah, that's about it. So, yeah, this is going on YouTube. So now is your time to say something in chat because it's appearing on the screen. Usually my YouTube videos are recorded separately from my streams. But I didn't have much time to stream today / make any videos, so we're doing both. Dustin Dude is mopping. I guess that's the final message people are going to see in the YouTube video. Oh, look, shout out to Eric Merch. Do I have to put a merch thing in my YouTube description? Now that you've seen the I Am Rosen mug? Probably. I already did that in a previous video. Always good to promote the merch. Okay, guys. Hi, Chess Bunzo. And goodbye, YouTube.